Hello, welcome to the Media Outlet, the show where you can plug into all of the latest entertainment news. My name is Kaylin Brown and I am your host. Let's get this show started. First off is movie news. We are going to talk about the biggest movies that are coming out in the month of October. First up, The Girl on the Train. A divorcee becomes entangled in a missing persons investigation that promises to send shockwaves throughout her life. Stars Haley Bennett, Emily Blunt, and Luke Evans. This movie is based on the New York Times bestseller book by Paula Hawkins. This movie will premiere on Friday, October 7th. I'm feeling like this is going to be a plot twist movie where the main character is actually the source of all the conflict with, the ex-husband and the missing girl being the nanny of the ex-husbands. It just seems like it's the ex-wife that's going to be the killer. Next, Underworld Blood Wars. This is the movie about vampire death dealer Celine, played by Kate Beckinsale, who fights to end the eternal war between the Lycan clan and the vampire faction that betrayed her. The movie also stars Theo James, who is in the Divergent series. This is the 5th installment in the Underworld series, and it will premiere on Friday, October 14th. I've always really enjoyed the Underworld movies because they do a really nice job of adding to the storyline. The effects just keep getting better, so I'm really excited about this movie. Next, The Accountant. Christian Wolff is a math genius with more affinity for numbers than people. Behind the cover of a small-town CPA office, he works as a freelance accountant for some of the world's most dangerous criminal organizations. This film stars Anna Kendrick, Ben Affleck, and John Berthnell and J.K. Simmons. It will be released on Friday, October 14th. With Ben Affleck and Anna Kendrick in this movie, you know that there's going to be comedic relief. The storyline doesn't really seem that appealing to me because it's repetitive to CIA type movies, but I'm looking forward to it. Next, Ouija, Origin of Evil. In 1967, Los Angeles, a widowed mother and her 2 daughters add a new stunt to bolster their seance scams business and unwittingly invite authentic evil into their home. When the youngest daughter is overtaken by a merciless spirit, the family confronts unthinkable fears to save her and send her possessor back to the other side. This film is the prequel to the 2014 film Ouija. The premiere date is Friday, October 21st. This movie puts a twist on traditional scary movies. It starts out comical because the mom is pretending to be a psychic, and during one of her fake Ouija board readings, her child gets possessed, which really isn't that funny, but it has the comic relief. Finally, Boo, A Medea Halloween. Medea winds up in the middle of mayhem when she spends a haunted Halloween fending off killers, paranormal poltergeists, ghosts, ghouls, and zombies while keeping a watchful eye on a group of misbehaving teens. Starring Tyler Perry, Bella Thorne, and Jimmy Tatro. It will be released on Friday, October 21st. I've always loved the Medea movies. This one looks like it will be fun, and you know it's going to be good when you're already laughing at the trailer. Looks like October will be jam-packed with a lot of great movies, so make sure you get to the theaters to check them out. Out of all these films, the one I'm looking forward to the most is Ouija, Origin of Evil, so I want you to get a closer look at this movie, so let's watch a trailer for it. Now, we are going to take it to James Vincent for his movie review of Hush. Let's see what he has to say.
What's up, you guys? It's James from the Media Outlet. This week, I'll be doing a review over the movie Hush. What stood out to me most about this film is that the script was well put together. Hush is about a deaf woman named Maddie who lost her hearing and voice due to a bacterial infection when she was younger. She lives in a house that is outside of the city, excluded from people, only being surrounded by trees. A friend comes over to visit her one afternoon. When Maddie's friend leaves that night, a random killer comes to Maddie's house and attempts to kill her after already killing her friend. This film shows Maddie's struggle of survival within her own house. The cinematography was pretty dang good. So many amazing shots you don't normally see in movies that are actually pulled off very well. One thing that I didn't like about Hush was that the main way Maddie and the killer communicated was through lip reading.
Can you read my lips? Can you?
First of all, lip reading is not very effective. The average deaf person who is somewhat decent at lip reading can only comprehend approximately 30% of what is being said. As you can see here, the actor barely even moved his mouth when he was talking. In real life, the deaf person would not be able to pick up anything from that sentence. I feel as though the director either didn't notice it or does not know enough about deaf culture to have paid attention to that detail in particular. There are so many more reasons why this is a great film, but time is running out. I would give Hush 9 out of 10 stars.
Thank you for that review, James. At first, I was not excited to see this movie at all, but I think they did a really good job of making this believable, with the killer who wants to toy with her before killing her and then she outsmarts him. I think it's really well put together and I enjoyed how suspenseful it was. It's time for us to take a break. We'll be right back with the media outlet. Welcome back to the media outlet. Let's talk about music news. This week, the top 5 songs on Billboard's The Hot 100 are: at number 5, Cheap Thrills by Sia featuring Sean Paul; at number 4, Let Me Love You by DJ Snake featuring Justin Bieber; at number 3, Cold Water by Major Lazer featuring Justin Bieber; at number 2, Heathens by 21 Pilots; at number 1, Closer by the Chainsmokers featuring Halsey. Now we are going to watch an artist review of Alabama Shakes by Liz Morales. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Northwest. It's Liz from the media outlet to tell you all about the up-and-coming band from the Deep South, Alabama Shakes. Alabama Shakes, formed in 2009 in Athens, Alabama, released their debut album, Boys and Girls, in 2012. The band is comprised of a female lead singer. His name is Brittany Howard. There's also Zach Cockrell on bass, Heath Fogg on guitar, Steve Johnson with percussion. Their style falls under blues rock or southern rock with a little touch of soul. Boys and Girls had their first hit single, Hold On, which was nominated for 3 Grammys. Alabama Shakes then went on to release their second album, Sound and Color, last year, where it debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200.
22 years old. There must be someone up above. Sending, come on.
As far as recognition goes, Sound and Color won a Grammy for Best Alternative Music Album in 2016, while in 2014 their song Don't Wanna Fight won 2 Grammys for Best Rock Performance and Best Rock Song.
Hey, got to hold on.
The group is still gaining attention around the world, but with their groundbreaking performances that leave their audience nearly breathless, it is clear to see that Alabama Shakes has come a long way since their forming in 2009. I, for one, am sure excited to see where Alabama Shakes can go from here.
Well, must be somebody up above. Singing, come on, Brittany. You got to come on up. You got to hold on.
Thanks for that, Liz. I really like Alabama Shakes. You can tell that they belong to a certain type of genre, but they put their own originality to it, and I really appreciate that. Now we're going to talk about the media outlet Celebrity of the Week. The celeb of the week is Shawn Mendes because of his new album called Illuminate. It released on September 23rd and is Mendes' second studio album. He will be going on the Illuminate World Tour next year, so be sure to check out his tour dates. Let's take a look at his music video for his new song, Mercy. Next, we are going to take it to Jake Reagan for his fun fact pack over YouTube news.
What's up, media outlet viewers? Jake here, and today I'm going to catch you up on some recent YouTube news. The recent demonetization controversy and newly announced YouTube Heroes program has shown YouTube in a different light than some previously held. This has recently come into contact with videos that normally would be considered ad-friendly, but now some things like foul language or coverage of real live news of war or destruction can be considered inappropriate. One YouTuber, Philip DeFranco, made light of this in his own explanation and confusion.
Let's just jump into it. And guys, the first thing today is I don't think that I can call you beautiful anymore because apparently that and several other things I do are not, quote, advertiser friendly. I had heard murmurings, I had heard a few YouTubers talking about it, but we personally got hit with it yesterday. Yesterday's video, and most likely many in the near future, will not be monetizable here on YouTube. Based off of this update, it appears it's because I use what they call excessively strong language. And they're explaining they're doing it because they're just following terms of service. YouTube reserves the right to turn off monetization if a video doesn't follow our guidelines, which it appears my dirty, filthy, horrible mouth does not. And the thing is, I will say, I love—
While that has had creators upset, an even more interesting topic has surfaced when YouTube posted this video promoting their new YouTube Heroes program. This new program, while interesting to some viewers, could be a big problem in the future for YouTube. But right now, does YouTube really care? The second most popular site in the world, behind only Facebook, will be fine if all these problems for content creators keep appearing. The only other relevant options for YouTube creators at the moment are Vimeo, and that hasn't seemed to pan out for most. YouTube content creators rely on the money they make from ads in order to keep producing the videos they make. And the YouTube Heroes program can make those videos disappear. The new policy changes may be a disruption in your daily video watching, thus ruining your life. Thanks for watching. Now back to the media outlet.
Thank you, Jake. Now it's time for another break. Make sure you stay plugged into the media outlet. Welcome back to the media outlet. Our final segment is TV news. First up, we will discuss the top 5 most popular TV shows according to IMDb. At number 5, Game of Thrones. At number 4, This Is Us. At number 3, Mr. Robot. At number 2, American Horror Story. At number 1, Stranger Things. Now we're going to take it to Mitch Bomberger for his review over Season 2 of the Netflix original Daredevil.
What's up, everybody? My name is Mitch Bomberger, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the hit series on Netflix, Daredevil Season 2. This show stars Charlie Cox, Deborah Wool, and Eldon Henson, introducing new characters like Elektra and the Punisher, which are fan favorites from the comics. The second season of the hit series Daredevil, which is based on Marvel comic characters of the same name, follows Matt Murdock, also known as Daredevil, a blind lawyer by day who fights crime at night, crossing paths with a deadly Frank Castle, also known as the Punisher, along with the return of an old girlfriend, Elektra.
Hungry?
There are several different reasons why I enjoyed the show very much, but today I'm only going to talk about a few. The first point I'd like to talk about today would have to be Elektra. She was by far one of the standout characters of this season.
Would you believe it if I said I missed you?
No.
I need your help, Matthew. You're the only person I can trust.
Oh, sweetheart, you don't break into my house and then talk to me about trust.
The actress Elda Young, she brought something to the role that we have yet to ever see before from this character. Just through her acting, she shows you how exciting, dangerous, and a little crazy she is. You're just so excited to see her character on screen because you never know what she's going to do next, and you really never know whose side she's really on. The second point I'd like to talk about today would have to be the Punisher. The actor Jon Bernthal gives an amazing performance as the Punisher in this role. The Punisher goes after bad people, even becoming judge, jury, and executioner in the process. Unlike Daredevil, where he doesn't kill and hands the criminals over to the police, The Punisher knows that the system sometimes doesn't work, so he takes the law into his own hands.
Why are you doing this? Because I think you're a half measure. I think you're a man who can't finish the job. I think that you're a coward.
And throughout the season, Daredevil is wondering if the Punisher is right. Throughout the season, they go back and forth about which method is the right method about taking down criminals. Also, the Punisher is not a criminal, but he is not a hero. He's just a man trying to do right by his city. And since the Punisher was such a standout character this season, they announced earlier this year that he would be getting his own series on Netflix. There has yet to be a release date for this show, but you can bet it'll be here before you know it. But either way, seeing this character on screen got me way more excited to see his own show.
You know you're one bad day away from being me.
The last point that I'd like to make would have to be about all the Netflix Marvel TV shows that will be coming out in the next few years. Ever since the first season of Daredevil started last year, and then Jessica Jones, and now Luke Cage just came out, and we will be getting an Iron Fist show next year. Around this time next year, all the Netflix Marvel TV shows will be crossing over into a show called The Defenders, which will be their little Avengers team, which should be very exciting because the shows on Netflix have been very spot on. Season 3 of Daredevil has been announced, but yet a release date has not been. But you can definitely see Daredevil in next year's The Defenders alongside all of the Netflix heroes. I thoroughly enjoyed the show and I cannot wait to see what comes next. I will give this show an 8.5 out of 10 stars. This has been Mitch Bomberger. Thanks for watching. Back to you in the studio.
That's all for today's show. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kaylin Brown. Be sure to check out our Facebook page to keep up with all of our episodes. Also, check out KNWT on Facebook and Instagram to follow all the Channel 8 shows. See you next week here on the Media Outlet, where you can plug into all the entertainment news.